Hey everyone. I just been feeling, anxious. I I just have a lot of thoughts running, through my head. I know I'm manic. I'm having a manic episode. Earlier yesterday, when I was, in the mall, I was feeling a lot of anxiety. I was feeling the adrenaline. I was feeling sick. I was feeling nervous being around a bunch of people. And I can feel myself getting anxious. I was having trouble eating. I felt like the food was getting stuck in my throat. And then when I came home, I started feeling a little better when I got home. And then I relaxed. I played the new game, Avon or Colonies or whatever that is, that game. And I played that for like an hour, and then I started watching TV. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I started feeling bad again. So I just took my medicine. I've been feeling a lot of anxiety. I haven't seen my counselor in like 3 months because the place where I go, they rescheduled me twice. And when I called them, I told them, I said, look, I've been feeling really anxious lately. I've been having a lot of thoughts running through my head. I really need to see you. It's really important, with the problem that I have, like with the bipolar and my thought process and what I go through, I don't have anyone to talk to, Well, I have my boyfriend and my dad, but, when I'm having an episode and I have all these crazy thoughts running through my head, I just want to keep it to myself, Like I mentioned in my other video, if I didn't delete it, I was talking about the intrusive thoughts, the violent images that I get in my head. It's almost like a movie being played in your head. That's anxiety induced. It's based on fear. It's based on fear, let's say, you have a habit of you got a fear of heights. Let's say you have a fear of heights. Well, your mind is going to, let's say you have a fear of it, your mind is going to have a reaction to that. Like, you gotta, let's say you're, I don't know. Usually when these thoughts happen is when you're actually doing something and it triggers in your mind that fear when you're actually doing it. But with me, it happens all the time. It happens, like, I don't even have to be doing something that's making me anxious, and I'll just get these weird thoughts, just a random thought. Um, like, yesterday, I started crying because I had a thought of my boyfriend being laid out on the street with a head injury. And it made me sad. Like, I started crying when I seen that. Those are the type of thoughts that I'm talking about. Those thoughts are based on fear. When you have like high anxiety, I've always had thoughts like that growing up, and it was so normal to me to see these things. I never mentioned it because it was a part of me. I've always had thoughts like that. So, when I would go into therapy, I wouldn't mention it. I wouldn't talk about it because I was so used to it. I thought it was normal. I didn't think, it's not normal. It's a problem. I didn't think that. When I'd go to therapy, I'd talk about, my day, or if I was having a bad moment, like if I was having an episode or whatever, I'd talk about it. But I would never mention my thoughts and my thought process. I would never mention it because I was so used to it. I thought it was normal. And I've been told it's a hallucination. I've been told it's anxiety-driven, intrusive thoughts. Whatever it is, it's scary. I just, I just want one day where my mind is at ease. I can take the medicine, but I still have those thoughts. Those thoughts don't go away. But I'm not triggered by it. It doesn't trigger, anxiety. It doesn't trigger depression. It doesn't trigger paranoia through the medicine, when I take the medicine. I get those thoughts and it's like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me at all. It's just there and it's just an image and then it goes away. It doesn't affect me. But I notice, especially at night, because my anxiety, even though it's all day, it's mostly at night. I get the panic attacks, and I take my medicine, every night around 9 o'clock, because, it takes like an hour for me to fall asleep after I take it, so I don't want to take it too early and then, wake up at 12, 1 o'clock or whatever. I want to be able to get a good 6 or 7 hours of sleep before, waking up or whatever. So, I've done that before. There was a day I went 4 days, I think it was 4 or 5 days without taking my medicine. I remember, I was without, and, I had an appointment the following day. I had just taken my last pill the night before, and my appointment was the very next day, and my doctor was no longer there anymore. He was gone. I didn't get a phone call. They didn't notify me that he left, that they would give me a new doctor, nothing at all. The place I go, you know, for my medicine, they got training doctors. They got the regular doctors that go in there and, you know, they got their clients, but they also got trainees. They got they got these doctors in training or whatever. Well, I got stuck with the doctor in training. I was supposed to get my boyfriend's doctor. I was supposed to see him that day, but he was booked, so I couldn't see any more clients. But when I got this training doctor, he took me off of all my medicine that I've been taking for a few years now. You know, I've been taking this medicine for, you know, since, I've been taking it for a good year now. I've been taking this medicine for a year, and it's been working great. I see a big difference in my behavior and my thoughts and my anxiety. It's, you know, I still get a little anxious, you know, on the medicine, but it's because it's a low dosage. You know, I'm only taking 1 milligram and then 15 milligrams on the other, so, I noticed that, you know, that day when I seen that training doctor, he took me off all my meds. He says, you're not bipolar. I don't know where they got that diagnosis, but you have schizoaffective disorder. That's what he told me. My diagnosis is bipolar with psychotic features. I'm a mixed bipolar. So that's where all the anxiety comes from, from me being mixed. I thought I was just having anxiety and panic, but it's from having so many mixed emotions at once. I could be happy, I could be sad, I could be depressed, I could be worried about something all at the same time. I could be happy, like, I was feeling anxious being around a lot of people, but when I bought all this stuff, I started feeling happy again. I started feeling, you know, good. You know, I'm like, wow, you know, I got some more stuff. You know, I'm feeling good. I came home. I relaxed a little bit. And then I started feeling anxious. And it's, you know, it's just something that I go through. And I have to go through for the rest of my life. My boyfriend has this friend, this woman, and she's a church woman or whatever, and she came up to me, the day she came up to me, I think it was Friday or Saturday, and she told me, she was asking, you know, that, you know, why am I so anxious all the time or whatever, and I told her it's because I'm bipolar. You know, it stems off being bipolar, why I'm anxious all the time. And she told me that I needed Jesus. She told me I needed to go to church. And I told her, I said, it doesn't matter if I go to church. I can go to church 7 days a week. And it's not going to take care of my problem. my problem, the bipolar, is never going to go away. I have this for life. You know, it's never going to go away, you know, if I go to church. It will go away temporarily if I take the medicine. You know, if I take the medicine, the symptoms are very low to none. So, you know, when she mentioned that to me, it kind of, you know, it kind of got me a little upset, because I know it's never going to go away, but a part of me wants it to go away completely, because, you know, I'm tired of feeling this way. You know, I got low energy, I have fibromyalgia due to the bipolar. My doctor thinks I'm crazy. I go to the doctor every 3 months because of the insurance. I gotta go every 3 months. But when I go in there, I'm always complaining about back pain and headaches, and I have trouble eating because I feel bloated, you know, due to stress. I feel like I have acid reflux because, you know, sometimes when I eat, the food feels like it's getting stuck, or I feel like I have to burp, but I can't. And I feel the sensation going up and down, like I gotta burp, but I can't. The doctor ran tests, and he says everything came back normal. You're just bipolar, you have high anxiety, and you need to stay on your medicine. You need to take your medicine every day, basically. He said that the pain that I get is stemmed off being from my nerves, like, he said there's nothing wrong with you, and you're just an overly anxious person, basically. That's what he told me. So, if you guys want to hear more about the fibromyalgia, you know, let me know, and I can do a video on that if you want to hear more about that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to relax a little bit, let the medicine kick in, and that way I can get a good night's rest, and, you know, yeah. So I'm gonna go and relax a little bit, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you in the next video. Bye.